Hi guys, this is Miss Guan Lao, and I'm going to take you through uh, the importance of reading in the Nearpod slides. So if you look here, there's a code. Please don't put that code in because that's for live participation. Later on in Schoology, I'm going to provide you with the code for student-paced learning. Okay, so just bear with me and make sure you follow along. So in Nearpod, you have this lesson on the importance of reading because we're going to be going into MyOn. Welcome. Today's objective is that you will know the expectations for independent reading. You will understand that reading is a foundational skill that will help you in any career path. You will be able to discuss the independent novel you selected with classmates. And you need to think about the opening question: how will reading help you navigate life beyond high school? Your goal for today is that you will be able to select independent reading materials using MyOn. The essential question needs to be asked: why should I want to improve my reading ability? So think about that for a few minutes. And also consider key vocabulary words that you will need to be familiar with. Those are reading log, independent reading, and goal setting. I'm going to play this YouTube video for a few minutes talking about 10 reasons you need to read.
In the world of video games, YouTube, and yes, even Netflix, why in the world would you need to read? In the past couple years, I've read over 400 books, so in this video I'm going to give you my top 10 reasons why you should read too. Oh, and before we start, if you want to know which 10 books of the 400 that I've read were my favorite, check out the link in the description to find them out and also get mini summaries of them. So considering the amount of entertainment that's readily available, reading looks like an old times activity better suited for our parents and grandparents. In today's fast-paced world where the only thing you read is the label on your shampoo bottle because you forgot to take your phone to the bathroom, reading is slowly becoming a dying habit. And it's not because people don't like to read, it's because there are faster alternatives like Facebook statuses, tweets, and Instagram captions that keep us busy. After all, if we read for half the time we spend on social media, we'd all be further along with the books you must read list. Yes, most people have a list that they want to read, but it's less and less likely to follow through with it because of the way that they're currently enjoying their free time by using their phones. So don't get me wrong, reading gets addictive too, but you first have to start. If someone asks you, what's the last book you read? The answer to this question is almost always a fiction title. But if I continue and ask the person anything in the nonfiction area, they almost always remember a more recent title they didn't consider before. For most of us, reading is almost equal to fiction. This may be because the very first books we read as children, or maybe we enjoy fiction the most, but this doesn't mean nonfiction should be ignored. Both genres have a huge amount of information, and in both categories you can find books that will polish your brain and widen your horizon. But let's talk about why you need to read fiction. Fiction is food for the soul. The author is allowed to create new worlds that we can explore and enjoy on our own free will. When you read a story you like, it's really easy to leave the real world behind and become absorbed by the action. The task is more challenging than watching a movie or playing a game because you're using the world's most powerful graphics processor, your imagination. Have you ever felt like time stands still when you're reading? If yes, then you've experienced the wonderful attraction of a great story. Now I want to talk about why you need to read nonfiction, and most of the books I read are actually nonfiction. Nonfiction is also food for the brain. You see, the main purpose of a book is to challenge the brain and bewitch the soul in such a manner that you become a better person when you finish reading the book. Nonfiction might be a bit less charming than reading fiction, but it's definitely a path to self-improvement. When you read a self-help guide or a history manual, you learn new things and become empowered by the knowledge that you have acquired. So the very next time you're in a nonfiction section of a library, pick a book you find interesting. I promise you'll enjoy reading it even if it's about the real world. For me, I get more benefit out of reading nonfiction because I know there's practical applications I can actually use the information that I'm learning. So now I want to give you top 10 reasons why you need to read. If you're still wondering why you need to read, take a look at the benefits that reading brings. I've only listed the top 10, but I assure you there's a lot more than you actually give it credit. Number 1, food for the brain. When you dive into a story, the world around you disappears and you're completely immersed into the world created by the book. I genuinely hope that you felt this before. There are very little tools that can actually create this experience without being illegal, and the brain works hard to create emotions, feelings, and even engage the senses when you're reading. Studies show that reading has a wonderful gift of changing your brain structure, making you more empathetic and improving cognitive processes. Now, it is actually proven that by reading books that vividly describe a landscape or maybe an object, we automatically create create a mental picture that follows that description. Even more, reading about our favorite characters' experiences is the closest you can get to actually living them yourself. This is why reading makes you smarter, because books are powerful. Number 2, improved vocabulary. No, you don't need to become the best communicator there ever was just by reading. However, books expand your vocabulary and you learn different nuances and words that can help you later express your ideas and concepts in sentences. The more you read, your vocabulary level will be higher and your speech will be much more polished and seem intelligent. Number 3, you'll be more attractive. Wait, what? In direct connections with the point above, reading also widens your knowledge, so your brain can create a more elaborate expressions to show your feelings and your opinions on a subject. I think we can safely say that reading empowers people to participate in interesting conversations and actually sustain an argument by giving intriguing reasons. In this case, nonfiction reading might be more important because it gives you the chance to study topics that might actually show up in regular chat. Things like politics, modern news, entertainment, history, even technology are common in our day and age, so it's important to know more about them and have an educated stance on them. Reason number 4 is meeting interesting people. Now, do you usually have to leave or maybe stay quiet whenever the topic of a conversation gets deeper? Well, reading can help out here as well. When you are capable to add to a conversation, you improve upon it by offering your own opinions on the matter, maybe even statistics. People you used to admire from a distance will even want to know more. The best way to change circles is to document yourself on different subjects and participate in actual conversations. This way, you'll earn the respect and admiration of interesting people, and you'll also have a chance to learn something new from them as well. It's kind of like mini mastermind. Reason number 5 is because it will allow you to become who you should be. Yes, it's a little bit philosophical, but hear me out. Books open new worlds for us and allow even the poorest of people to live and enjoy experiences that they only dream about. You can visit ancient Egypt or travel to the future. You can enjoy different dimensions or maybe even improve your skills. Anything is possible when you open your mind. Now, we grow and develop by experiencing new things, which is why when you read, you're actually building yourself. You take the things you like and assimilate them, becoming a better person, being who you should be, and basically creating your own personality. Within books, you can change your beliefs, delete your beliefs, and create new, better beliefs based on information that you're presented. You may never get to travel to the ends of the earth in real life, but with a good book, you can scour the seas. Reason number 6 is that it's fun and can be relaxing. So you think watching TV is fun? Try actually reading a book that you like. The diversity of genres and plethora of authors from all over the world create a limitless source of fun that you can access whenever you want. Even more, you're not fed the images and sounds. You actually experience the images and sounds, and you control them just as you want. Books are more detailed than movies because the limit is your imagination, right? And they create an entirely different entertainment experience that is rewarding and fulfilling and helps you grow. Reason number 7 is that reading can be an exercise for your memory. So regardless of the fact that you read for fun or that you like fiction over nonfiction, reading has a wonderful gift of giving your memory a workout. When you follow your favorite character through the story or simply read about an event or a historical time, you'll end up by memorizing some very interesting details. Now, it might not stick forever, but for the moment, you're exercising the memory area of the brain and you keep it active. This way, when you really need to memorize something, it'll be easier and things will happen faster. There will be more things that you can connect what you're supposed to memorize to actually something that you've learned in the past. There's actually a scientific explanation to the idea of a memory workout. It seems that the area of the brain where we store memories is not limited, and it won't be stretched and worn out if we store too many things in there. But the more that you add, the area that creates new synapses and the old ones will become more powerful, thus improving your memory process. Think of it like a spider web. Each new string makes the spider web even stronger. Reason number 8 is that it opens your mind. So as a reader, you get in touch with different people, different opinions, different feelings, with completely opposing personalities, and from extremely different cultures or periods of time. This makes you a better judge of character and improves your tolerance towards things that are maybe different or unusual or novel wherever you live. Usually, if someone reads a whole bunch, they might not be snappy in the judgment of others because they learn about the different feelings and emotions that someone might have. All of this opens you up to the world and shows it's okay to be different, making you more acceptance of others. Reason number 9 is that reading can improve your focus. So in today's day and age, a person's 5 minutes are divided between maybe watching TV, checking their phone, browsing through Instagram, all of these at the least. So you can see why our focus is totally just all over the place. But when you read, if the book is captivating enough, you completely forget about the surrounding world. It's like you dive into a new dimension or a whole nother world and leave your body behind. In reality, this is what being 100% focused on one thing feels like. And in fact, if you can achieve this kind of focus in your work life, it's called flow. Let's move on to reason number 10, the last reason. It improves the world. If you need a powerful reason to why you should read, this ought to be it. The world doesn't need more Netflix and chill. It is in dire need of educated, open-minded people who are aware of the problems around the world and have the necessary knowledge and inspiration to actually make things happen. Keep in mind, most successful people read at least one book per week, and even top-of-the-world CEOs make time for the written word. One more thing I want you guys to know before leaving this video is that I've launched my own private membership group. So if you don't want to read, I can basically teach you this stuff in books through animated book summaries. Now it's called Practical Growth Academy, and each week this year I'll be giving you high quality animated book summaries along with a follow along PDF and actionable worksheets so that you can skyrocket your personal growth, and it'll also help you read a book a week if you want to follow along. Also, each month I'll be creating a mini course on topics like productivity, stoicism, money management, positive mindsets, even social skills, and basically I'm just going to teach you 80% of the topics that you weren't taught in school in 20% of the time. So if you're interested, you can sign up with the link in the description for a small monthly price of only $17, which you...
Okay, we're not going to go and pay that, but I want you guys to keep those in mind because later on, Nearpod is going to give you a quiz that you need to try to ace, okay? And so accessing MyOn, if you look at clever.com, you're going to have to log in as a student. You're going to see my screen the way I see it as a teacher. But when you log in as a student, they're going to have those classroom resources available to you. I need for you guys to find MyOn, which I marked as a favorite for my screen. And for MyOn, if you go into library, you can browse and try to look for a book. Okay, so they have different genres. They have scary and gross. They have science, social studies, etc. For me, I like scary and gross. So let's try to see what they have there. Let's see, disgusting. They have 485 books total, 87 books. And so when you find something that you think you might like, okay, you can click on the book and click read. Start the book, turn the pages. They also give you some tools here on the right-hand side where if you were reading a book as a class, you might want to take notes. And so you have the option to have notes in a journal. You also have dictionaries available for you in case there's something you don't understand. There is also an option for you to have the book read to you. So I believe that's in one of these. It was under here, but I have that thing blocking mine, so we'll see. There we go. And so let me take this out so you can see it.
Have nasty habits. We pass gas. We burp. We spit. Some of us pick our noses, and a few even wipe earwax on our clothes.
Okay, so you have the option of audio for the book. Okay, and so that would be in clever.com. Once you've selected a book, I need for you guys to think about today's lesson. Today's lesson was important because it was introduced to us for expectations on independent reading for 9th grade. We also learned how to use MyOn, a digital library resource. Additionally, we explored 2 focusing questions today. How will reading help you navigate life beyond high school? And you also have to think about why should you want to improve your reading ability? I need for you guys to select a book today from MyOn. And so once you have selected a book, you will need to post your responses to the following sentence stem in Schoology. I selected this book because you also will need to take a screenshot of the book. If you are not familiar with how to take a screenshot, You just need to look at your keyboard. If you're using a Chromebook, you will click on Control, and then the key that has the little rectangle and then the two lines next to it, you will go ahead and click on that, and it will take a picture of the whole page. If you want to have the option to select just a particular part of your screen, you will press Shift, Control, and then the button at the top that has the rectangle and the two lines. If you are still not clear on how to do that, you can YouTube it. And so when you go into YouTube, you can search for directions on how to screenshot. Let's do a screenshot on Chromebook.
This is Kyle. He invented one wheel to destroy boredom. Turns out.
Hello everyone, this is Amit Dam, and on this channel you find financial, travel, and more videos. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you. Hello everyone, this is Amit Dunn of AmitDunn.com. In the past, I have done several videos on Chromebook, and today I'll show you how to do screenshot on Chromebook. So the first thing you're going to do, so let's say you'd like to take a screenshot from a website. So I'll go to AmitDunn.com website. So once we have the website up, or you can take a screenshot of anything, basically what is on what is on the screen or visible. So there are two ways you can do the screenshot. Let's say you want to take a screenshot of the full screen, you don't want to select anything, then hit the control button, which is right here, and then hit the window selection key, which is right here. So let me just show you these buttons again. I'll keep the Chromebook a little bit closer. So here's the control, and here's the window switch or window selection key right here. Okay, so here's the control, and then you hit the window selection key, and then it took a screenshot right away. It was very fast, which is right here. And then if you want to open up the screenshot, then here's an option, show in folder. You just click on here, or you can click copy to the clipboard. So I'll show you just where show in folder. So let's hit show in folder, and then this is going to take you your downloads folder where all your downloaded stuff. And then if you just click on it, then you can see that it took a screenshot of the screen you're looking at, which is right here. Okay, so I'll close this, and then I'll actually delete this one from here, and then I'll show you the next one where you want to select some parts of the website or the window. You don't want the whole thing. So you do very similar, but instead of just control and window selection, you have to hit control, shift, and window selection button all together. So again, here control, shift together, and then window selection. And then you'll see that the screen became slightly darker. Now it's giving you the option to select. So what you do, on your keyboard, you press on the left side, and then you just select the part or parts you want to take a screenshot of. So here it's selecting only this part. So I'll just let it go from the keyboard. So I was just holding it here to select that part. Then once I remove my finger, then you'll see that you get the same smaller window showing the screenshot has taken. And if you go back to the folder again, then you see that it's located in the downloads folder. And if I open it up, then here's your screenshot. So I'll just go ahead and delete this one too. And basically that's how you take screenshots on Chromebook. If you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. There will be more videos coming up on this channel, so I'll see you shortly. Thank you.